being a starter. But I try to approach it the same, each night. Try to have the same approach.
How was it for you to face Damian Lillard, the All-Star, like this, in a very good atmosphere tonight?
It's a good challenge. It's on back-to-back games to have to guard Steph and then Dame is it's a tough call for anybody, especially a young player like myself. So just always anticipate the challenge and try to go out there and compete as hard as I can and see what happens.
7 first quarter turnovers, and then the game kind of cleaned up after that. But was it just a matter of Kyle out, Kawhi back in, just trying to find rhythm early?
Maybe, I don't know. I give them credit. They were probably a little bit more physical than us early on, and a lot of that was probably unforced as well. So some careless passes and some strip calls and just some sloppiness there early on. But I thought we did a good job of cleaning it up as the game went on.
Fred, you guys just seem to be chasing all night. Like you get it to 3, they could hit a 3. You get it then, and now it's down to 2, and then it was just chase all night.
Yeah, they play well. They play well. Give them credit. We didn't play as well as we need to play. We shot the ball well, but I think we got kicked on the glass a little bit, and they had probably 17 more attempts than us. So anytime you give up that discrepancy, you better play lights out, and we just didn't play sharp enough to have that big of a gap in shot attempts, and they made more shots than us. Ultimately, we didn't get enough stops.
That choice you made on that fast break that turned it over, were you just trying to, thought you had something there you could go at real early?
I mean, it's a fast break. It was one-on-one when I had the ball. Obviously, as I went to drive, they collapsed, and contact, whatever, they made a good play, and the ball went the other way. So no different than any other decision I make. It is what it is, and hindsight is always 20/20. So I go in there, get an and-one, get a layup. I'm a hero. It's a tie game, and the ball gets stripped there. I suck, and I'm stupid. And if Kyle plays, we win the game. So, you gotta. No, I'm just, you know what I'm saying. You gotta live with that, and I'm gonna make mistakes, and I'm gonna go out there and play as hard as I can. And if we're gonna pinpoint, that was obviously a huge possession, but if we're gonna start pinpointing possessions, it'd be a long night trying to figure out which one lost us the game. So. That was obviously a turning point there. I think we're down 3 and they go down and score again. So tough play.
When Kawhi comes back in, does the offense feel much different, or does it feel just like it's plug and play and you go out and do the same thing?
What do you think?
I honestly, sometimes I ask the question and I know the answer. This time I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably is different. Obviously, you got a talent like that, you probably try to cater to him a little bit, and he's probably gonna have to do a good job of catering to what we do as well. So just trying to find that balance, man. We got to plug him in and see where it can fit. But you saw, how the offense moves without him. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to find a happy medium where he's, kind of giving in a little bit and we're giving in a little bit, and find ourselves in the middle there. But it'll take some time.
Nice to see CJ kind of getting back to being the CJ you want.
Yeah, I thought CJ had a good floor game there. A couple tough ones early on, but he got out there, and 19 minutes is probably the biggest key there, just to be out there on the floor. Obviously, we had injuries and stuff, so you never want to see that. But for him to get a little bit more free reign and opportunity to mess up and to make plays and figure it out, it was good to see him find a rhythm there.
You had 14 assists a few games back. How good do you feel right now with your play and having this opportunity to be a starter with Kyle being out?
Yeah, just you try to make the most of it. As a bench player, the minutes are minimal sometimes, and you try to maximize the most of it. But as a starter, you get more opportunities. So just trying to make the most of those plays, and I feel like I found a small rhythm here to try to play well, and obviously tonight it didn't matter, we still lost, so the win is the only thing that matters. But just try to keep building and keep getting better each game.
You were under the radar out of Wichita State. Where did you get this confidence? Is it something you build year after year, or is it something you were born with and you have this confidence?
Probably a little bit of both. I was born with it. That's just who I am. It's my character. But also you got to trust the work, and I work my butt off, and I know that I work my butt off. And you work that hard, you're able to go out there and have confidence in the work that you put in, knowing that you could rely on your skills and the countless hours in the gym. So that's probably most of it.
You had a good run in the playoff last season. I mean, you were hurt, some of it. What did you learn from this experience, being in the playoff, and having? Also, you were frustrated, basically. So,
the margin of error is very small in the playoffs, and there's not room for a lot of mistakes, and you know, obviously I went into it banged up, so I was trying to figure it out. But there's a lot of ups and downs. You just got to stay level-headed and try to figure it out as the game goes on.
She wanted more of. It's not the going up. It's the coming down. I'm not wasting my juice on that.
Windmill between the legs.
Plus, I wanted to make sure it went in. Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I think it was my game with probably your most field goal attempts. And do you feel like you're getting back into some kind of consistency?
Just finding areas to be able to do it. You know, finding the pace, finding some rhythm, finding some ways to not only shoot threes, not having to wait on everything, being able to attack when I can. You know, just trying to get my assertiveness back without overstepping my bounds. You know.
Right. Is that because it's a different? You're with a much different group, a different disparate group this year than?
I mean, that's part of it. That's part of it. Some of it's me in my own way, just because, you know, it's like you try to find that line when you're in a little slump where you don't want to overdo it, but at the same time you want to let it come to you some. And I got to a point where I was kind of pressing. And I tried to back off. I backed off too far, and I missed some opportunities. And now I think I'm just kind of, you know, easing my way back into it. Sometimes you can't run through the wall. You got to look for the weak spot. You know?
Yeah. And it's finding those weak spots difficult because games are so much different every day?
Sometimes for me, just because, you know, for me, obviously, like the rotation's been different. The players I play with is different every time, too, because I'm in and out. It's just about finding, but that's also on me some, too. The more I can find some nights where I can consistently put some stuff together, the more my minutes will stay the same way, too. So there's a balance with both of them. And then some nights, you know, I might be playing okay, but Kawhi's playing better, or, you know what I mean? So it's not, that's the problem. You got 14 guys that are playing extremely well. There's going to be nights where even if you're playing well, the guys before you that were in are playing good, too.
Yeah.
Got to get them back in the game. So it's just about, you know, I've seen everything. I've been here long enough.
The trickle-down effect with Jonas being out now is that second group's going to need those points.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a collective group, but I think people are going to look to you to provide some of them just in a different way.
Yeah, that's a different thing, too. You know, it's different without Jonas out there in certain situations. So that opened up a little bit more opportunities, a little bit more in some of the plays that we run. Some of the spacing is different. And it just allowed me to find them, try to get in the paint a little bit. I got the dunk helped, obviously, seeing an easy one go down. But I just got to find ways to be assertive.
CJ, through the struggle, I mean, you're a social media guy. The social media noise, if you're able to tune that out.
I got to it. But that's the other thing, too. Everybody thinks everything is pertaining to basketball when you're in a situation. Like, that was literally me saying we got to stop hating each other. Like, it had nothing to do with basketball. Like, yeah, that was people in general. Like, you see people saying crazy stuff to people, doing crazy stuff to people. Like, I had just read some articles or something, probably, I think. It had nothing to do with, I don't, those people don't bother me, like, because the same dude that's talking to me crazy tonight is going to tweet me after this game. And he's going to say the exact opposite of what he said yesterday. And exactly. So what am I? And it's probably not even his page. Not even him. He's got 8 pages. He's 12 years old. Like I know that stuff though. They're not gonna stop me from living my life.
You look at the turnovers tonight. I mean, you guys at times have been a high turnover team, but it looked a little more disjointed early. I guess kind of absorbing Kawhi and playing without Kyle.
Yeah, just, you know, obviously you lose your starting point guard, changes the pace and the way, the rhythm of stuff that you do. Kawhi coming back off being some days off doesn't, you know, he's a little, got to find his legs, find his pace, and then coming after him on top of that. So it wasn't like he could ease into it. Just some little stuff that we got to clean up, you know. We don't want to blame being on the road, but, you know, travel, you know, start to kind of get a little bit of heavy legs that you got to kind of get into the game, and you don't come out like that every night. So there's a little bit of factors, but at the same time, to be a great team, that's stuff you got to deal with.
And you almost came back and stole it anyway.
Yeah, but if you think about it, we'd have been able to, you know, weather that storm early, hold on to the ball, get shots, because I think at halftime they had like 11 to 12 more shots than us. So that's turnovers, offensive rebounds.
What inspired the headband tonight?
Spicy. Just spicy feet, just cause. Well, it literally was random, like my tweet.
Nothing means anything.
Yeah, I just decided to wear a headband. Nothing means nothing. Nothing means everything. Everything means nothing.
Thanks.
First of all, they really played great, man. Right from the start, they were super fast and cutting hard and making shots and making the right decisions. And thought we were a half step slow out of the gate, right? But and you're right, man. Their bench was unbelievable. So I don't know, 58 points or something like that, and they just put it on us, and we got it, right where we needed to start the fourth, and then just, man, it was like a 1 minute barrage. I think it was 3 threes. It was 2 for sure, right? Yeah, and so we had to climb back uphill again, and we almost did it, man. I think it was 16 with 5 to go or 14 or something, and we kind of went for sellout mode and just about got there and had a chance, really, I think, to take the lead with one possession. It was a 1 point game.
Is it one of those nights where, again, you need to mix and match and you don't know who you got and you get guys in different roles, Greg and Freddie starting and that kind of stuff? Yeah, I mean,
we got no Kyle and no JV, and then we lost Pascal there midway through the game to a tight back. So yeah, we're playing whoever we feel's got it going. I think CJ Miles, that was a heck of a lift he gave us, and I needed to do that because I thought the spacing was getting poor. They were sending a lot of bodies at our guys, and I just wanted one more shooter out there. So yeah, I was searching a little bit.
What did they do offensively, Nick, to kind of spread? Like they shot a good percentage.
They just played really fast, right? They were just flipping it around and cutting super hard, and anytime we we did get them bottled up. I thought we had a bunch of possessions in the first half that were unfortunate. Like we knocked the ball away and ended up in a 3-pointer, or we tip it away and they'd end up laying it in. But they hurt us on the offensive glass in the first 3 quarters too. Really some running tip-ins and things like that from some guys. But again, they made the better decisions most of the night and played with a little bit more speed than we did tonight.
Turnovers were a problem in the first quarter. You got them under control. What did you see there at first offensively?
Nothing. Just I don't know, Eric. We just didn't quite be as sharp with our reads tonight on what was what was there and making the easier play and I thought in transition we were poor too, right? We had some runouts with some advantage, and we just didn't get it to the rim enough or get it in the paint and kick it out. We threw some tough passes to guys running full speed, things like that. Just pretty looked like about a month ago. We remember we were doing that a lot, and we kind of cleaned a lot of that up. But when guys are in and out, rhythm's going to change a little bit sometimes.
Kawhi seemed to find his rhythm as the game went on. What do you think of his return?
Well, you're exactly right. He was legs were not quite churning there early. He was short. He was not getting to where he wanted to go, and obviously he found that juice back in the second half.
The result notwithstanding, can a game like that help a guy like CJ? Just the number of shots he gets? Yeah, I mean,
I thought, he's really been a shell of himself, and that looked like him tonight, right? So he comes from, he's kind of inched his way back. I hate to say this, but he hit a 3 late in a blowout game I think in LA, and that was kind of maybe the start. And he played pretty good against Golden State as well, and made a couple there late in that blowout game, and then he came in tonight and hit some good ones. Really got us back in the game there.
Did you get a chance to talk to anybody about Siakam, or is it just?
I just asked him what it was. They just told me a back tightened up on him.